AI note-taking apps have become absolute lifesavers if your workday is filled with endless back-to-back video calls. But let's be real, getting a transcript is only half the battle when your ultimate goal is actually making snackable content from those long conversations. I recently put 4 of the most popular note-taking tools through a serious stress test to see which ones actually deliver. I spent time testing Fathom, Otter AI, Nota, and Happy Scribe to find out which ones work best for real-world creator workflows. The spoiler alert here is that while these tools are great for notes, they aren't built to turn long videos into consistent social media posts. If you really want to turn meetings or long-form videos into viral clips, you need something that handles the editing and scheduling for you. That is where Vizard comes into the picture, and I will explain exactly why it is the missing piece of your content puzzle in just a minute. If your only goal is getting free and accurate meeting transcripts, Fathom is honestly really hard to beat. But if you are a creator who wants to turn those meetings into viral clips and post them automatically, Vizard is the much smarter play. It does the heavy lifting by finding the good bits and auto-editing them into short videos so you don't have to babysit the posting process. Stick around, because I am also going to share a simple, free hack to capture audio on the go and feed it directly into this workflow. For my quick setup test, I called my buddy Josh and let 4 different robot assistants listen in on our conversation. We talked about all sorts of random stuff, including side projects, parenting, guitars, and camera gear, to give the AIs a real challenge. Then I ran that same recording through each app so we could compare them on accuracy, features, ease of use, and overall cost. First up is Fathom, which shot me a bullet summary and a link to the full recording right after the meeting ended. You get the whole video recording, a chronological summary, a full transcript, and a chatbot that answers questions about the meeting specifically. The summaries were surprisingly solid in my tests, and the chatbot worked nicely when pulling specific context from the call. They do offer templates for things like sales calls or interviews, but a lot of the cool AI features are locked behind a paywall. You do get 5 free premium uses per month, but the UI requires a desktop app install, which adds a little bit of friction to your workflow. However, that install gives you handy in-call tools like a recording indicator, bookmarking, and even speaking percentage analytics. The biggest drawback is that Fathom only records official online meetings, so you cannot just open the app to capture a quick voice note. You could force it by creating a solo meeting to record yourself, but that is honestly just too many extra steps for a quick idea. For pure meeting transcription, Fathom earns top marks, and the pricing is fantastic with a generous free tier. Accuracy was solid across the board, and while there were small mistakes, nothing was catastrophic or unusable. Next on the list is Nota, which I hadn't used much before, and it felt like it had promise but was still a bit rough around the edges. The interface is modern and supports instant recordings, full online meetings, and even screen recordings like a Loom alternative. That versatility is great in theory, but it made my test results quite inconsistent during the process. My call with Josh was recorded as an instant recording, so the transcript tagged everyone as unknown, which was a bit weird. Oddly enough, the summary still understood who said what, suggesting the backend was actually smarter than the user interface itself. Nota also pushes live transcription and real-time translation, which could be massive if you work internationally with a global team. Feature-wise, Nota scores high, but the implementation is held back by paywalls and a restrictive free tier that limits you quickly. You will likely hit the paywall very fast, and their paid tiers can get quite pricey for what you are actually getting. So, while Nota has great potential, you should expect to pay if you want to use it comfortably on a daily basis. Otter AI felt like a much more polished and reliable take on the same concept I saw with Nota. It is clean, streamlined, and very flexible, allowing for instant recording, file uploads, and capturing computer audio without joining a meeting. That last part is huge because Otter doesn't have to join as a bot, so you can transcribe webinars or any computer audio easily. It even captures screenshot thumbnails next to the transcript, which is incredibly useful for slide-heavy business presentations. The mobile and desktop apps are great, and the free tier gives you a very usable amount of monthly recording time. I would definitely pick Otter if I wanted a reliable, all-around transcriber with a nicer interface and fewer platform restrictions. It is not perfect, as it lacks full video recording like Fathom, but for flexible recording, it is a fantastic choice. Happy Scribe is the transcription-first tool I have used for things like YouTube uploads for a long time. They recently added a meeting module with unlimited meetings for free, which is very generous, but the AI assistant felt quite bland. The AI assistant's output lives in a puppet that you can lose if you aren't careful, which is a bit of a usability nightmare. The fact that they lock you out if you regenerate the notes too many times feels a bit amateur for a professional tool. Bottom line, Happy Scribe is stellar for straight transcription, but it is pretty weak for polished meeting notes and advanced workflows. Across the board, speech recognition tech is mature enough that I would give all these apps an A- for accuracy. The real differentiation here is what you can actually do with a transcript once it is generated. Most note-taking apps fall short for creators because they give you text and summaries, but they don't turn recordings into ready-to-post clips. This is where we have to enter Vizard, which is not a note-taker, but rather the missing tool for creators who want to grow. Vizard's true superpower is taking long videos or transcripts and automatically finding those viral moments that grab attention. It auto-edits those moments into short clips, formats them for the platform, and schedules the posts using a content calendar. Instead of manually cutting 30 clips from an hour-long call, Vizard surfaces the best bits and outputs them ready to post. In my test, I took the same meeting recording and fed it into Vizard to see what it could do with the transcript. It scanned the transcript, detected high energy lines, compelling hooks, and clear topic shifts to make the content pop. It auto-created multiple short clips with captions and suitable aspect ratios for TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts. Then I used the auto-schedule feature to set the posting frequency and let it queue the clips across my various social platforms. The result was consistent posting without me having to sit there and babysit every single upload, which is huge for growth. You can use Fathom or Otter to capture and transcribe your meetings accurately if you rely on meeting-specific features. Then you can export or point Vizard at those recordings to let it auto-edit viral clips and schedule them for you. You get the best of both worlds, accurate transcripts for your notes and a hands-off content creation pipeline for your socials. I have even used my simple phone recorder for quick talks, let my phone transcribe it, and then uploaded that to Vizard. That is the free hack I promised. If your note app won't do instant capture, just use your phone and hand it to Vizard. If you are primarily a team that needs multilingual live meetings, Nota's translation features are worth exploring if you have the budget. If you need cross-platform recording and lots of free minutes to test, Otter is a very safe bet to start with. If you just want super accurate file transcriptions and bulk uploads, Happy Scribe is still a very solid option to consider. But if your job is to create content from meetings, webinars, or long-form videos, Vizard is the tool that saves hours of time. It is not a replacement for note-takers. It is the next step in the content pipeline from transcript to viral clip. Which one would I pick for myself? Fathom is my daily driver for raw notes because it records video and is free. If I were to upgrade to a single tool that handles any audio source, I would pick Otter for the team features. But for someone who wants to grow an audience from long-form content, Vizard is the clear winner for automating the editing headaches. At their core, all these apps are just transcription and AI, but the ecosystem they build around that transcript makes the difference. Some focus on productivity and meetings, some on translation, but Vizard focuses on creators making content that actually performs. If you are making long-form videos and want to turn that into daily short-form content, try pairing a note-taker with Vizard. You will get accurate context for your meetings plus a fully automated content production machine for your social media channels. Would you like me to walk through a step-by-step tutorial using one of these combinations for your own projects? I can script a short tutorial showing you how to get from a 1-hour podcast to 2 weeks of daily clips with zero effort. Just leave a comment below and let me know if you want to see that workflow in action in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you streamline your content creation process starting today.